Hey, what's up everyone? It's been approximately a long ass time since I've made a video, but it's San Diego Comic-Con time, and Funko has revealed day 1 and 2 of their exclusive products that will be available at San Diego Comic-Con, which takes place July 20th through the 23rd. You'll be able to get them at the show, and they'll also be available through other retailers, which we don't know who they are yet. Funko will announce that once they're finished with all the reveals, which I'm about to give you my thoughts on. Starting with this Goldie Roger from One Piece. I'm usually not a fan of these pop covers, you know, the ones that come in a big plastic case, but I like the wanted posters from One Piece. It's something that makes sense to me, and they're not super gigantic, and I do think the sculpt on the actual pop is really good for this one. They're also going to have a 2-pack of pops from Demon Slayer with Tanjiro and his mentor. The Tanjiro is kind of a combination of ones they've already done before, but I do like that it's a 2-pack with his mentor. At least it makes sense. Sometimes they put 2 pops that don't make much sense together in a 2-pack, but this does. But I don't know. Demon Slayer fans, how many Tanjiro pops do you need? I guess it doesn't matter if you're not a completionist. There's just been so many. They're also making Rita Repulsa from the Power Rangers, which looks a lot like the one they've already made. Her outfit is slightly different, and her staff has some energy effects on it. And I'm not sure how popular the original was, so this is kind of a weird reveal to me. Not very exciting or special feeling, that's for sure. I really have no interest in the Transformers movies, so I don't really know who this bird guy is. But just on pure looks, I really do not like these movie Transformer pops. I find them to be very ugly, but that's just my opinion, and at least it's a character they haven't made before, right? It's not just a slight variant of one of the commons. So that's cool for fans of this. There's also a 2-pack of Rodimus, which is a funny name, and Galvatron from the cartoon. And I do like the look of these a lot more. They're more colorful, and I think they just work better as pops than the live action ones. They're also making The Question, which is a deeper comic book cut. Great for the Comic-Con. I guess this one will be an eBay exclusive, but also available at the booth. And Fun on the Run, I think is kind of its own thing. But I think it finishes off in San Diego right before the con. Like Funko is traveling city to city, selling a box of Freddy Funko stuff. And I'm not sure if these pops are also going to be available at those events, or they just have Fun on the Run stickers and available at different retailers. Like this Liv Morgan, I picked it up from Entertainment Earth because that actually sold out on Funko's site. But if you go to Twitter, Funko has links to where you can find these releases. But starting out with Liv Morgan, and I really like this one. I like this entrance gear for her. The common is good too, where she's holding her championship belt. But this gear is more of like the Liv Morgan style that I like. A VHS cover, even though I don't think the dimensions are really that of a VHS cover, for Jaws. Like, these are one of the ones I don't like. I feel like it would have been a lot better if it was actually Jaws' head as the pop, and a pop of the woman swimming, to actually make it look like the cover. But if you're a fan of these covers, let me know what you think about this one. They're also making a VHS cover for The Big Lebowski. I like this one a little bit more, but honestly, I'd rather just have the pop in a regular pop box. Because I do think that it's a clever idea to do it with this paint job. I just don't need it to be so huge. And also from the new Transformers movie, they're doing a big jumbo 10-inch, I believe, are the jumbo-sized ones, of Bumblebee. And I do think this one looks a little cooler than the other one. I think it's because he's yellow. I just think his design lends itself to be made into a pop more than that bird character. And the 10-inch ones do look nice on a shelf outside of the box. Bumblebee's a decent choice for that. Not a soda collector myself, but I think Garfield actually came out really good as a soda, like in the soda proportions. And that's a nice chase, having it be flocked and also having goggles on him. Definitely surprised by this one and how nice it looks. And now back to the SDCC pops for day 2. A couple of new toucans, which is the San Diego Comic-Con mascot. This time one flying with like a cape, and a Freddy Funko one. I don't collect these, but I actually really do like the Freddy Funko one. And there's a Loungefly backpack, which also looks pretty nice. Not sure where you would want to wear that besides the actual con, but it looks cool. Now, the Powerpuff Girls 3-pack I feel is a little weak. It's just the commons with some glitter. I feel like maybe they should have done different poses, or I don't know, maybe something else. I guess if you don't already have them, it's nice to have them, but I don't think glitter looks that great, especially on black hair. It tends to make the black hair look like it's graying, like salt and pepper. I think I would actually just prefer to have the commons in their own separate boxes. And a Barry Allen from the new Flash movie. I haven't watched the new Flash movie. I'm really not interested in it. I don't find this pop aesthetically pleasing at all. I feel like this might be the biggest shelf warmer so far. And another DC pop, Bizarro Superman. They've done this guy before, and I want to say I kind of like the original mold better, but this one looks fine too. Not something I collect, but this kind of a character makes sense for a Comic-Con. And it's a good time to be alive if you're a Funko collector who also loves Snoop Dogg, because there's yet another Snoop Dogg figure, this time in a green and yellow tracksuit. And I think they look nice. Like, I think Snoop Dogg himself looks good as a Funko product, right? There's just been kind of a lot of them now, in a short amount of time. Like, if these had come out over the span of, like, say, a few years, maybe that would have been cooler, but it's just a lot of them in such a short amount of time. But they do look pretty good. And lastly, Alina Starkov from Shadowbone. It's a property I am not familiar with at all, so I couldn't tell you how accurate this is or anything like that, but it looks kind of cool. I like the effects on her hands. Makes me want to check out the show maybe. Must be popular if they're making pops. And also, if you're a fan of this, you should expect maybe a full line of commons. Funko does like to release a single pop from a TV show at a con before they release the commons. A recent example of that is like the Ted Lasso pops. So if you like this show and you plan to collect them, maybe pick this one up so you can keep your set complete. And that is it for day 1 and 2. And honestly, so far, I'm starting to think that this is looking like the weakest SDCC for Funko yet. For me personally, I guess, because I don't think I'm buying any of these that are actual con releases, except for maybe the Freddy Funko as the Toucan. But if I miss out on that one, I'm not picking it up on the aftermarket or anything, because it's just, kind of alright looking to me. It's not something I need to have. And I did pick up the Liv Morgan, but I guess that's technically not a San Diego Comic-Con pop. But so far, looking a little weak to me. And like, if I already had the Bizarro Superman, if I was a Superman collector, I don't think the Bizarro Superman looks so much better than the original that I would need it. And I do see how the One Piece collectors, the Wanted poster is a nice one, especially to go with the Ace one they already put out, and they're probably going to put out more. Out of everything, I think that's going to be the most popular so far. So I do recognize that I'm sure they're happy with that. But for me personally, so far, kind of a weak con. Hopefully the next few days have a lot better stuff. Alright, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Thanks for watching and take care.